doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread podcast in the house. Hey!
We'll have a little potluck. Have everybody over. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. Just all this blackness, and we all just getting together, we playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, you know, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights. You know, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now, man. So it's good to have everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot more than I could say to you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, back to you, Joe. So you brought an interesting topic up in the pregame and also in the Triple B track chat group. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, my my little buddy over there, Delaney, and I have had some in-depth discussions from time to time. And one of the discussions that came up one day, I don't remember the context, but basically we came up with a discussion asking, can men and women ever be friends? And I think as an age-old question, I'm going to go ahead and let Delaney tell us what she thinks about the whole situation.
I mean, I argue that you can. Jefferson argue that you cannot.
Okay. Very simple. I like it. So, opening question, are you two friends?
That's a fair question. I don't know. Jefferson, you should go into that because you stated the difference between friends and acquaintances. That was one of your arguments.
Was it? I don't remember what my arguments, so I make them up on the fly.
That's true. You twist things, and then I'm like, I know you're wrong,
Hold
but I
up.
don't know how to explain.
Delaney, thank you. Because I've always been the one that I twist things. But you say Joe twist things? Oh.
Yeah, because I did debate in high school, so we had a lot of debates last year when we worked together, but I'd consistently end up feeling like I lost, but I'm like, I know you're wrong, I just don't know how to explain why, because you'd always twist things, and then I'd just stop. Agree to disagree.
Well, I better be careful. I will say, Delaney, you got a friend in me, but depending on how this discussion topic goes, maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know.
Hey, let's ask this question. Can I ask this question? Ada, can Roger be Delaney's friend?
I don't have a problem with men and women being friends. I think that I think men and women can be friends. I think it's not every relationship has to be or is sexual in nature. I've had guy friends. I've had guys that are friends with girls, and there's never any kind of like, oh, I want to get with this person, that's why I'm friends with them. It's just, okay, you're my friend, and that's fine. It could be that you had something going on in the past and then that's done and you can still remain friends. It could be that you've just never wanted anything. It could be that one person wants something at first and then you realize that the other one doesn't, so then you just stay friends. I say yes. I have no problem with anyone I'm with being friends with someone of the opposite sex.
So I have another question, though. So is it a thing of you can't be friends with a person you would have sexual attraction with? Because then we open up the thing of if you're homosexual, can you be friends with another man? Or a woman with another woman?
That's what I was about to say, too. I think it...
That's a good argument.
Yeah. I think... I was actually about to touch on that because I was going to be like, okay, so does that mean that no one...
You said touch on it.
You was about to touch on that? Okay.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and touch on it.
We're not childish.
Are you men?
Focus, guys.
Are you friends, or do you have any friends who are gay? Men?
Who are you asking?
Because you said you don't think you can be friends with a guy can be friends with a girl.
Do I have any friends? I don't know. I don't keep inventory of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's not the thesis though.
What is the thesis? Is it because you could be attracted to a woman? Because a man could be attracted to you.
Yes.
I don't understand what that's. I don't know. I haven't even.
Go ahead.
I don't ever dropped into that thought process.
Should I say what you told me?
What is your premise?
Go ahead and tell me.
Because you might be attracted to the person, and
Delaney,
so you
go ahead.
might.
Delaney, go ahead. Go ahead, Delaney.
Sorry. So if I remember correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you had said guys and girls can't be friends because if a girl has any guy friends, it means they want to fuck them.
So the thesis stands that a homosexual man can't be your friend then.
Hey, okay, so she brought this conversation to me earlier this week because I think you were having it with your friends too.
Yeah, we talked about it because I just went on a trip to Philadelphia with 3 of my friends who I served with in Kansas City last year, one of which is a guy. His girlfriend lives in Kansas City. The rest of us were girls. There's 3 girls and 1 guy on this trip, and he's not gay. He kind of looked like our gay friend because no one thought he was a part of our group, but there's, like, no weird feelings there. Like, we're all just friends, so I think it's definitely possible, and I have other guy friends, but I don't know.
But here's my problem. You can't tell me what other people feel, though. You can tell me what you feel, but you can't tell me what everybody else in the group feels. You can tell me what they told you they feel, but you can't tell me what they honestly feel. That's inadmissible in court.
But all we can go by is what
That's hearsay.
say they feel.
That's hearsay. It's hearsay.
Right. So once again, though, so why are we open this up to lesbians and gay men?
I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know. I didn't do that.
You're basing it on the fact of sexual attraction. There might be an attraction. So you're saying that you can't have gay male friends, or gay men can't have other gay male friends?
What I'm saying to you is, and I when she told me that story, I went back and I remembered part of where I probably got this theory from is when Harry Met Sally.
It's a movie.
It's a movie, but it's you know what, jokes always are funnier when they're based in the truth, and I feel like there's a lot of truth that's in that movie. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what?
Can a woman be friends with all the men that she knows? No. And vice versa? No. But is it possible for a man and a woman to have no sexual attraction to each other and care about each other at a friendship level? Yeah.
Can we care? Yes, we can definitely care. I can have empathy. I can have empathy. I can.
So why can't you put the word friendship?
Dude, here's what I'm saying to you. If I want to go have a beer with Roger, I ain't got to tell nobody I'm going to have a beer with Roger. Me and Roger going to have a beer.
Right.
If I want to go with Anthony, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go, we're going to be out late, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to be out late. It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? If I'm married. You know what I'm saying? I can still go do whatever I want to do with Anthony and Roger and my brother James. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. But what I'm saying to you is if I am out late and I'm married with Ada or Delaney, that's going to be a whole different conversation.
But that depends on who you're married to, also, right?
No. Let me get it out. I can't do what I do with my friends with women.
But that depends on who you're married to, too, though, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that depends on the relationship.
Yeah.
And there should be trust to where if I'm going out and I don't say going out because that implies like a relationship. If I'm hanging out with one of my guy friends,
I define.
What about my trip?
That I'm trying to do something with them. There should be the trust there. There should be, I know you're with me and I know you want to be with me, so I trust you to be out with somebody and that nothing's going to happen.
So give me a concrete example of how that's worked in your life.
The trip I just had to Philadelphia.
Not you, because you're 20-something. You ain't lived no life.
Damn.
I'm talking that. It was disrespectful. I apologize. All right, give me an example of how that's worked in your life.
Every school that I've worked at, there's been, well, I won't say every school, 2 of the schools that I've worked at have had communities of teachers where people just hang out with each other on the Friday nights, on the weekends,
So
go to each other's houses.
No. Okay. So be specific. People. How many people?
It depended on the night. So some days, let's go with the last school that I worked at in New York, there would typically be at least 5 women.
At least 5 women.
And then at least 4 or 5 guys.
4 or 5 guys. Okay. Now here's what I asked. I said if I want to go out with Roger, 2 people, me and Roger going out, just the 2 of us. We about to go do whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna shoot some hoops. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay after. We're gonna have drinks. How often have you and another man gone out platonically and had drinks?
Okay, so then I can go back to the other school that I work, because I feel like most of my friendships have been with people that I work with, because that's just, as a grown person, it's hard to make friends outside of anything like that. So going back to the other school, and this goes to me being a coach. I was a head coach of 2 different track teams. Most of my assistant coaches were men. Sometimes we would go out and have a drink after a track meet or after school.
So when we say we, let's go ahead and clarify what's we.
It could be me and one of the other coaches. It could be me and 2 of the other men coaches. I don't even know if I ever went out with the one woman coach that I ever worked with.
Why you ain't go out with the one woman coach? What's that all about? Why are you excluding the woman coach? What are you doing
Why
here?
was I excluded?
That sounds fishy right there.
Because she knew she wanted to defeat your point.
That was it. I'll say for
I think
one,
she's playing
that
into
was
my point.
How's she playing into your
that was
point?
at a different school. So that was at the first school that I worked at, and she would be out at like Friday and at happy hours. At the second school that I was head coach at, there were no women besides me on the coaching staff. And sometimes it might be like, okay, I need to talk to my sprint coach or my long jump coach. So let's hang out afterwards. Or I might have had some type of conflict with one of the other coaches.
Hang out. When we say hang out afterwards, are we talking about, hey, give me 5 minutes after practice, give me 30 minutes after practice to talk about, jumps and all that, or are we talking about let's spend 3 hours after practice?
It would be, we would go to one of the bars nearby and talk. And sometimes it would be, I don't think it was ever like, let's talk for 20 minutes, because if I'm going to a bar, I'm not sitting in a bar.
You're going to go drink. So with that being said, now were you in a relationship at that point?
Yes.
Yep.
So you were in a relationship, you were at the bar with this other coach. And the person that you were in the relationship, you told them that you were going to go do this.
Yes.
Ex post facto or prior to?
No, before. Okay. And if he had ever wanted to go out with one of his women friends, that was fine.
No, okay, again, very much so. That's nice. Okay, I like the story. I will say this. Again, that's your side of the story. We don't know what the other side of the story is. I'm just telling you, maybe women can feel like they're doing it.
But hold on,
I just don't feel like men
But hold on, to your point though, why do you dismiss? She could have went out with the woman coach, and the woman coach could have wanted to eat that pussy the whole night.
I don't know why.
Why dismiss that
conversation?
The conversation is you're specifically to make your point limited to the fact that men and women, and you're saying, well, I don't know how that man feels. Why the fact that she could have wanted that woman coach, and the woman coach could have wanted her. So what are we talking about?
Very well could have. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't understand where that.
I think because what I'm getting from you, Joe, is like there may be an attraction between a man and a woman, or even if there's not the attraction, there may be the desire to have sex with each other because two heterosexual.
I'm not even saying each other. I'm not even saying each other. I'm not saying each other.
Okay.
I'm saying even if it's in one direction.
Right. But
even if it's in one direction, it's a problem.
But you're saying you're cool with your your girlfriend or your wife going out with women. You said you're cool with that. Off top, right? I have no questions. That's cool. That's whatever. Because you assume because they're women.
And that's what it is. Maybe it's because I've assumed. And maybe I'm a fool for doing it. Maybe I'm a fool for assuming. But yeah, maybe that's what I've done.
But that goes back to what Ada was saying.
I concede that point, Roger. You win that point.
I know I'm saying, but
wrong for not having suspicion about that.
Can I finish? That goes back to.
You were finished, man.
I wasn't. I was still talking when you started talking.
No, he's not.
That goes back to Ada's.
Damn well, Roger.
That goes back.
He wants to bury your face in it.
Fuck flags. But that goes back to Ada's point of saying it all comes down to trust. That's it. That's all. Because you don't, like as you said very blatantly, or boldly, you don't know what the other party wants or desires.
Right. Roger.
Right.
Isn't it?
Go ahead, Delaney. My bad.
I was just gonna say, isn't it fine? Like, even if they did have some sort of feeling where, like, if they had the opportunity to be like, yeah, like, I'd think about having, like, more than just a friendship with that person, but acting on those feelings, like, can't you still be friends?
Ooh, Delaney.
That's
can
a
I
different
back up?
topic.
Delaney, you had a relationship last year, didn't you?
Let's not bring that up.
Damn, we just bringing all the business on the podcast.
Yes, we are.
No, it's not
Yes, we
fair.
are.
No, it's
Delaney,
not
that's fair. That's completely, that's 100% topical. Come on, that's 100% topical.
He destroyed my heart, so I'd rather not talk about it.
But what was he before he destroyed your heart?
He was my friend for like 10 years.
He was your friend.
But what does that mean though? Was she single?
Yes.
Yes, I'm single.
So what are you talking about? Was she married?
They were friends.
He's convinced it proves his side because we were friends, and then we started to be more than friends.
Two simple questions. Were you a single woman?
Yes.
Were you married?
No.
So it's okay for you to, because don't most relationships start as friendships?
Yeah, usually.
Okay, don't let him get on you like that. That's stupid. That's stupid. You're changing your premise, Joe. Your premise is
you made a false assumption. You said most relationships start as friends. I don't know that I've ever had a relationship where I was just a friend first. I think every single time I've had a relationship is because I said, "Ooh, that's somebody I would like to have a relationship."
But were you single?
Let me engage them.
But were you single?
What are we talking about, man?
Were you single though when you said, "Ooh"? Were you single? Can you answer my question? We've answered all your questions.
What does single have to do?
I think, Joe, I guess the point is, one of the things I feel like he might be arguing is that if you're single and you're like, that person looks very attractive, I'm going to go for that, is very different than if you're in a relationship
I'm
with
a married man.
and you're hanging out with somebody and you're like, yeah, I have this spouse or partner or person I'm in a relationship at their home or at my home, at our home, but I'm going to go and start talking to this person because they're attracted to me and, they were friends with me, but now they say they like me. Let me try to be with that person.
Oh, you're single. I'm single. Let's date. That's different than I'm married. You're single. Let's date.
But I'm saying to you. I'm saying to you this. I'm saying to you that from the origin.
Don't think that was the premise of the entire conversation. I was just sitting back here listening to cut.
Yeah.
But I think the premise of the whole conversation was, in general, can men and women coexist as friends?
But if we're both single, what does it matter?
Roger.
Y'all being silly.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're single.
Hold on. It doesn't matter. Let me listen to me.
No.
Get it out, Roger. Let him get it out, Roger.
Go ahead, Tim.
It does not matter if you're single or if you're in a relationship or if you're in the tri relationship. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The whole point is, can men and women just simply coexist as friends?
Yes, they can. But also to what he's saying, 10 meters, his example was, as a married man, I can't do A, B, and C with D, E, and F. That was his own example. I'm sorry.
An example. That is an example.
Well, give me another. Give me another one. Then.
Example.
That's the only one. If it's the only one you gave, it is the example. So give me another one.
I just gave another one.
So yes.
I think to go.
Go ahead, Lady Lavender.
I think another question then would be for Delaney. Delaney, before that last relationship, we don't have to get into the details because I know you said that it was bad and all that. Mm-hmm. But were you ever friends with men before that and you haven't had a relationship with them?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one example, Joe, out of many people.
That is not an example.
As he said,
look.
Not the example, an example.
Relationship. It's not about whether you had a relationship. It's not about whether Delaney wanted the relationship. I bet you if we polled and we gave somebody some cocaine, some truth syrup,
cocaine.
You went straight to cocaine.
Cocaine's not truth serum. It just makes you high.
At least could have had a.
We gonna mainline them real quick and get them. You know what they used back in the 50s as truth serum? We gonna give them truth serum, and we gonna let them speak their real heart. And I'm telling you, to a man, that if you ask this question, no, I'm not gonna do that.
But if he's not acting on those feelings, then why can't they be
friends? But you're saying that all men are attracted to all women, and they're not.
Another thing you're doing, Joe, is assuming that women are not sexual beings and couldn't be attracted to men.
I'm not assuming that. I'm not assuming that.
But you're saying you'd have to ask.
I'm saying that all men are. I'm not saying that women are not. I'm saying that all men are.
No, not all men are attracted to all women or want all women. Shit. So what are you talking about? Shit. Come on, bro. There are women you walk by every day that you don't even fucking blink at. Are you kidding me?
No, my brother. No. Not all men are attracted to women.
There are women I walk with every day that I don't know if they cool or not cool. I just know I'm not attracted to them. I don't find them attractive at all. They might be the best. We can sit down and drink tea and have biscuits and all kind of shit. But I know I'm not attracted to them. We could be fucking great friends.
Roger.
Yes, sir.
Roger. Quiet moment. Nobody has to know. 5 minutes in the broom closet. You not?
5 minutes in the broom closet with who?
Whomever. This is a release. I'm feeling a little tense.
Oh,
I'm gonna hook you up.
No, bro. No, don't go down that rabbit hole, please, God. No.
But that goes outside your point though, because there may be.
Why is it not outside my point?
It's outside of your point because you started out saying that can they just be friends?
Yeah.
And just be friends. If even if one is not attracted to the other, they can be friends. But what you're saying,
every situation.
There's
situation.
There's not tension in every situation. There's not at all. No.
Okay.
Really
there have been many people.
Okay.
When I have been single, there have been women who have fucking like, I can do this, do that to you, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna go home and watch porn.
Because I'm not saying to you that. Look, I understand that. There have been relationships that I've turned down because I didn't want the baggage that came along with the situation.
No, I hear what you're saying. There are people that I'm just not attracted to. At all. They will get my dick hard. There are people that I am not attracted to for whatever reason, where it's physically, whether it's mentally, whatever it may be, baggage, whatever you want to call it. There are people I am not attracted to. I don't understand. That's hard to understand.
So how many of those people you're not attracted to are you friends with?
I think that one of those things, like one thing you're assuming, Joe, is that two people can't find someone else attractive and not want to have sex with them. I've been around people who are like absolutely beautiful, could be like whatever. Other people would find them completely attractive. Oh, I want to be with this guy that you're over there hanging out with. I have no desire to be with them. No desire to do anything with them, no desire to touch them, to do anything with them, because there's other relationships that I'm in. It could be that I'm not in a relationship, but I just know this person.
That you're in because it's other
you didn't let me finish. It could be because I'm in another relationship with someone else. It could be because I'm just not. I could find someone beautiful, find someone physically attractive, but not be attracted to them, if that makes sense.
So if you find yourself in that situation with somebody you find physically attractive and you are friends with them, and then the circumstances of your life change, you don't think that something would possibly arise?
No.
Okay.
I've seen examples where that has not happened.
Not necessarily.
I'm wrong. I'll admit that I'm wrong. I lose the argument. It's 5 against 1. I'll be wrong. Delaney, congratulations. You have been proven correct.
Thank you.
I still don't believe it, though. I still don't believe it. So y'all not gonna convince me, but good job.
Oh my God, that's the life you're living.
I've been outvoted. James, you didn't talk about it. What's up, man?
James said, I'm married, nigga. I ain't saying shit.
He ain't saying
honestly, I think
this. Newlywed, too, man. Come on, he ain't talking.
Dang.
No, actually, I think that based on what your premise was, I think the arguments were totally off.
Yep.
Right,
what you say? Go ahead.
If you answer the simple question of can a man and woman just be friends, the answer is yes.
We said that to be honest.
If you want to throw circumstances into it, of course it changes whether somebody's in a relationship. It's a lot of things that you can throw in there to try to twist it either direction you want it to go. But just a basic premise, and it happens all the time. There are plenty of men and women that have been friends for many years, and there's never been any thing beyond the friendship.
So,
and it was a real, genuine friend. And then at the same time,
James, who's your woman friend?
Hey, James. So you saying that humans with opposable sexual organs can be friends?
Oh,
amazing.
Hey, so name yours.
But this has nothing to do with. No, it doesn't. No. But you're doing exactly what I just said. You took my circumstance.
You took my circumstance. You are talking in theory. I want concrete.
No. You throwing.
Who is it?
You know,
he's throwing situations in. Yeah.
Delaney
James,
said she had friends that were with her in Philadelphia. She named those people. You name your people.
I got plenty of women friends. I don't
name them. Name them.
You don't even know who they are. So what would be the point of me naming?
He just starts saying Amber, April, Augusta, Jill, Pamela Renee. And there was Pamela Renee. What did I want from a nigga? What? My bad. Sorry. Different song.
So I know you want to twist it back your way to try to prove your point, but it doesn't. Based on the basic premise of this argument, the answer is yes. Now, if you want to put those personal circumstances into it, I still have women friends. Do I spend time with those women friends now? Because I do not, because I'm married now. Are there circumstances where I would?
But they're your friend.
Yes, they are. But for
they're your friend. Why you can't spend time with your friend? Your wife doesn't want you spending time with your friends.
Come on, man. Let's keep it real.
I'm keeping it real. Your wife don't want you spending time with your friends, man.
So
your friends.
But that goes to a different part. But does his wife? As you said, James can go to her and say
everything is circumstantial.
Yeah, but James can go to, like you said, Joe. James can go.
But every circumstance is not the same. Everybody's not the same circumstance. I am with whoever they might be friends with.
Exactly.
Somebody that has a different circumstance have a different outcome.
Right.
So just the blanket statement that no women cannot be friends is completely false.
Because James' wife might be like you, Joe, and just said, "I don't believe you. I don't know what they thinking." And out of respect to his wife, he might go, "I can't hang out with you."
Why you gotta respect your wife by not being with your friend?
Wow, nigga, that question answers itself. Why you gotta respect your wife?
Yeah,
Good night.
exactly.
Good night, Joe. Good night, Joe. Good night, Joe. Stop. Stop. Why you gotta respect your wife?
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You twisting the words. I said, why is being with your friends not respectful to your wife?
No, that's not what you said at first.
Well, that was the premise I was trying to lay out.
That's not what you said at first.
But I won't. I'm sorry. What I'm saying now.
My bad.
What I'm saying. Why is being with your friends disrespectful to your wife? Explain that to me.
Hold on. You can have male friends that your wife don't fuck with and say, I don't want these niggas in my house, and you ain't gonna have them in your house, nigga. But they your male friends.
Yeah. But that's not what I'm asking.
But that's the same thing. Yes. Out of respect to my relationship with my, it is the exact same thing.
Why your wife?
Because she don't like them, nigga.
Why?
Because she don't. Why she gotta have it? Why? She don't. She don't ask her. Yeah, nigga. Ask my wife.
Y'all hypotheticals is bullshit, man.
You ask some bullshit.
You don't know what's going on.
Y'all know what's going on. I'm the nigga who don't know what's going on.
It's that Johnny Walker.
Everybody don't like. Come on, dog. So, hey, Joe. No, Joe. So all your friends like all your other friends? They all get along. They all meet up in the same place. They all got the same motherfucker. So
what you're telling me?
Can you answer my? Joe? Can you answer my question, Joe? Can you answer my question, Joe?
Based on the character of the woman.
I'm not gonna. It's not the character of the woman. She may not like your friend.
No,
that's what you implied on the male friend.
No, I didn't.
He don't fuck with her. Dude, your words was your wife don't fuck with him.
She might not.
So,
she might.
So that sounded to me like that's based on. What's it based on then? If it ain't based on character,
you haven't answered my question, so I don't understand.
You haven't answered my question. If it's not
my
based
question
on character,
came
why
first.
you don't fuck with him?
My question came first. Do all your friends fuck with each other? They all agree. They all come together.
They don't even know each other. I don't know what we're talking about, Roger. That doesn't even make sense to me. My friends don't know each other.
Why not?
I got you in a set of friends, and then I got other set of friends that you don't know.
Oh, so, your wife may not know all your friends also?
I don't understand what we're talking about.
Okay.
We all live in more than one circle of existence.
I don't know, man. Let's move on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You already
the best thing is not to
you already admitted defeat.
To the best of my ability. Can you answer my question to the best of your ability? Why is it that your wife doesn't fuck with your male friend?
I'm through.
Because let's say my male. Let's say I might have male friends that like to fucking drink a lot, and my wife don't want me drinking a lot.
So that's a character thing.
Do you want me to answer? Do you want me to finish answering?
That's my character?
Can I finish answering the question, or you just want to yell?
Keep telling me about how your friends have character flaws. Go ahead.
I don't believe drinking is a character flaw. My wife may think it's a character flaw, but I expect in my marriage and my home to keep it sane.
Mick Mulvaney, I appreciate you. Mick Mulvaney, thank you for telling the truth on that. So your wife thought that was a character flaw. But you talking about but hold on. But on top of that, though, what the fuck does it matter if it's a if she thinks drinking is a character flaw? What the fuck does it matter? I love that woman. I love that woman more than the niggas. I'm not fucking them niggas. I'm not sleeping with them niggas. I'm not trying to build a life with them niggas. What the fuck does it matter? What are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. You are absolutely correct. It doesn't matter. Why is it that you won't mess with the woman then? It doesn't matter about the character flaw.
I'm not the one that said I wouldn't mess with a woman. You are the one that did that. You the one that said women can't be friends. What are you talking about?
Rod, you're so inconsistent, man. I love it, bro. That's funny as hell.
How am I inconsistent?
I appreciate you.
How is this inconsistent?
God, man, you just over here making up one story, then you made up another story. Then
can we move on? I don't want to say how this is inconsistent.
Hey, Mick Mulvaney, man.
How is this inconsistent?
How is it chief of staff, man?
How is it? Explain how is it inconsistent. Explain to me. Besides you laughing, how is it inconsistent?
You just told me that you didn't think it was a character flaw, but your wife may think it's a character flaw, but it doesn't matter. It's a character flaw. But then you said the woman. You didn't say anything about the character flaws, but your wife don't fuck with it for the same reason. So, dude, it's all over the place. It's over the map.
How's it over the place?
Hey,
dog, I'm not none of your high school kids where you just start mumbling shit. It's not. It don't matter, bro.
I didn't mumble that.
You did. I'm not none of your high school kids where you go blah 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 blah. And they go, okay, Mr. Jefferson. All right, dog. Whatever. Anyway, as we all said, except for this nigga, men and women can't be friends.
Why gotta be this nigga?
Cause you this nigga. I'm sorry.
My friend Delaney, why don't you go ahead and have the last word?
Hold on, Delaney. Before you get started, hold on, Delaney.
Argument has finally been won.
Hey, Delaney. Before you get started,
thanks to your friends.
Is this what he does? He just start laughing and say like random shit? Is that what he does?
I told you he twists things.
He said my friend Delaney. Is that possible?
Oh,
that was on purpose. That was on purpose. It was not lost on me. I got it. I lost the argument. I said my friend, so we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I guess one more question then. So you've never called a woman your friend unless you wanted to be sleeping with them?
Ooh.
I thought we were done. Why are we asking so many questions?
He want.
Question,
They laughing at your twisting things. They laughing at your twisting things. You're twisting conversation
effectively.
You're twisting things. They laughing at your twisting things.
Yeah, why are you twisting tonight? Come on, man.
I'm not twisting anything. I just really honestly want to know.
The white flag is up, and I have conceded.
Why the flag?
That's a good question.
Number one, I've been giving Delaney shit for over a year, so I'm messing with her. I'm doing it to make her angry. I do think there's some truth to it, but I do understand that circumstances can allow people to be friends.
We got your back, Delaney.
Thank you.
I don't know what was the question again? Have I ever called?
Have you ever had a woman that's your friend that you haven't wanted to sleep with? That your goal of being their friend hasn't been, okay, if I keep hanging out long enough, maybe I'll get to sleep with them.
Is that a goal or is that a want?
Aren't they one and the same?
No, that's not the same thing.
Has there ever been a woman that you've hung out with and said, that's my friend, and haven't had the goal or the desire to sleep with them at some point, where you've just honestly thought, this is my friend, I want to hang out, I need to talk to them about this issue that I'm having or this thing that just happened, I'd love to share that with them, not with the goal, like, if I tell them this, maybe they'll sleep with me.
No. I have women that I consider to be friends. And so I definitely confide in a small group, but what I'm saying to you also is that if I am in a relationship, I know the nature of those conversations has to change. So, like, everybody was not willing to name their friends. If I'm in a relationship, a person that I confide in is not somebody I'm talking to my wife about. Like, hey, this is my friend such and such. She's the one I talk to about this. Because then, if you're in that relationship, the dynamic becomes, oh, you're not getting what you need from me. Why do you feel like you have to go outside the relationship to go get this level of comfort, this level of consultation, this level of communication?
With a male,
though? Can I ask the question, though? So when you've been in relationships with people, have you ever stopped talking to your man friends about certain things because you're like, oh, I'm going to go talk to my partner about this? So is it only women that you change what you're talking about with?
Men don't talk like that. Not that often.
I mean, not that often.
Not to the same level. I'm not saying we don't, but not to the same level.
We gotta be real.
Rephrase the question. What you say now?
So I guess what I'm asking is, you said that with a woman that you're friends with prior to being in a relationship, once you're in a relationship with somebody, you have to change the things you converse about, right? Because your partner might say, why aren't you talking to me about this? You should be talking to me about this. Or so then, so then you're saying that, so this is like two different forks that you've made here. First, that you don't have male friends that you talk deeply about, so you don't have to ever change.
But I don't do it nearly as freely. Like, I just don't think men talk about their emotions as freely as women do. I just don't think they do.
Okay, so is that because you don't feel like men have emotions to share with each other, or is it because society has made you believe that men shouldn't talk about those things?
Why does it have to be society? Why can't it be me?
Well, it could be you, but I think that a lot of things that we believe as adults are ingrained in us for some reason by our upbringing or by what we see around us.
Indeed.
Indeed. Well, Dr. Freud, I don't know exactly why I don't. I'm just telling you that we don't. I'm just telling you.
Mr. Jefferson, we can sit. We've got a couch here. We can sit on the couch, and I can charge you an hour later. We can get to the depths of this.
Only if Roger's gonna be there.
Of course, we can't have you with me by yourself.
Nigga, my name ain't Mike Pence.
On the couch too? Oh please, no, we can't do that.
You guys are all
Roger beat my ass. Hold up.
I wouldn't beat your ass. I know.
Roger, you wouldn't beat my ass.
I know what she want.
On the couch, Roger, you wouldn't beat my ass.
No, I know what she want. You ain't got it. I'm sorry. You my man, $100,000, but you ain't Roger. What you want me to say?
She might be looking for a change up, nigga.
Shit, not today.
Not looking for any changes.
Not today. I'm like the nigga you got your car from. You bring it back every time to check all the fluids and levels.
There it is.
It is.
Nigga got the dipstick, huh?
Hey, anytime you want to come over. Hey, now, damn. Now I'm thinking about what's the nigga? Goddamn, you got me think. What's his name? 100 across 110th Street.
Bobby Womack?
Yeah, we talking about that nigga the other day. He got that woman. He got that song.
Oh Lord.
That's a whole nother.
Oh no.
That's Bobby Womack. Yeah, he got that. He got a whole nother. That's a whole nother episode. Anyway, like I said, we got two couches. Now, if I come here and y'all niggas laying on the couch together talking, that's different. But that's not gonna happen.
I wouldn't be over there without you over there to begin with, man. Because I just feel like there are certain situations that I can address with a male friend that I can't address with a female friend. I think the friendship between men and women is different than the friendship between man and man, between woman and woman. That's all I'm saying. I do consider these women to be friends. I consider Delaney to be a friend. But what I'm saying to you also is I just feel like the dynamic of a male-female relationship, friend-wise, is different than the relationship of a male-male friendship.
I feel you.
Well, of course it's different because, the basic premises are different. You get different emotional reaction from women than you do from men. Yeah, that's it.
I think that with all of that, and I don't know, this is just me talking about it. Delaney may have different opinions, but I feel like with a woman, and this I won't even say with a woman, with me and male friends that I've had, we can each of us can talk about all the different things that we want to, and I hope that one day men feel that, and that's with the men and the women, I can talk about the same things with each of them, and I hope that one day all men feel like they can talk with their male friends and their men friends and their women friends the same way with each other, and it's not because there's not some special dynamic because you're a man or because you're a woman.
Yeah, I think there is.
I don't think
I think there is.
There is. There's a stigma out there.
I would say I would speak for just from my standpoint, and like me and my brother Damon, like definitely like that dynamic of men don't cry, men don't do this, men don't do that. But I think as we've gotten older and people around us begin to pass and people die and you got whatever, we have definitely become, and even me and Lady Lavender talked about it on our couch, not to go back to that, but definitely just like being more open. And like I think I've told him I love him more times than I have like in the previous 20, 30, damn near 30 plus years of our friendship. But I definitely think there's a stigma that goes with that. I think, and I hear what she's saying. I think we need to get away with that because I don't think it has anything to do with vaginas or penises. I think it just does more to do with the stigma of, yeah, you my nigga, you just that and we that. And I think we definitely need to get away from that and get more open as far, especially like just when it's hard, just men getting together and talk about just fuck football, everything. Because I see it in my own, like I said, my own dynamic with my brother. We had definitely, and then like even this hardship with GM, that's going to other things and other emotions and shit like that. Wanting to be there for family, friends, children, and other things that we never touched on, like previous to that in the previous 5 years, or maybe we just getting old. I don't know. But I definitely see it.
Delaney, will you be my friend?
Oh my God! You already said she was your friend. Get out of here, dog.
I said that she was my friend. I'm trying to see if she'll be my friend. Delaney, will you be my friend?
Sure.
Don't do it, Delaney. Hey, Delaney, he got. You already said men and women can't be friends.
Don't do that.
Men and women can't.
I have learned.
Men and women can't be friends.
Everything is pure
women
here,
cannot
bro.
be.
Don't do
he got an MO.
Come on, that's wrong. That's wrong.
He got an MO.
Yeah, he does. He has a
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Modus operandi.
Don't do that.
I got a dick pillow. You wanna lay on it? You want to sit on my lap, talk about the first thing to pop up? All right.
Dude,
hey,
what friend you let sit on your lap, nigga?
None.
This is what I'm talking about. See,
male or female.
This is what I'm talking about.
Male or female. It was a joke, dog. Come on now.
I'm saying.
Hey, just.
Hey.
It was a good discussion. Yeah.
Can wrap it.
But I didn't want to interrupt you, but you did touch on it earlier. You said something earlier, and we can move on. But I think if you're in a relationship and your partner knows or thinks that someone desires them, I would think out of respect that that's not really a friend. That's somebody that's waiting for an opportunity. That's totally different, in my opinion. Totally.
Wait a minute. Because your wife thinks that they waiting for an opportunity?
We all have feelings. We all think they do.
But that doesn't mean that that's their intention.
But then you said if they state that's not their intention, they're not known either. So which one is it?
We don't know.
Oh my God.
This is what I'm saying. We don't know. We really don't know what's in people's mind and what's in their heart.
And you don't know.
Unless they express it to
you
us.
don't know the guy that you play pool with if he don't want to suck your dick in the bathroom. You don't know that.
I don't know
either.
What that has to do with anything.
What you just said. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
I don't know what
you don't know.
The guy in the pool hall is
their
doing
attraction.
With his balls. I don't know.
No. I'm saying that your friend, you don't know because. He might want.
Right, I get what you're saying. I don't understand what it has to do with anything. I'm just saying.
Because you just said that you
in
don't.
general.
Because you.
If I know, but here's what I'm saying to you. If I know a woman likes men, we're not talking about a closet male who.
But why
men,
limited
but
to that?
We're not talking
why
about,
limited to that?
people.
Why limited to that?
We're talking about people who have announced.
I'm talking about humans. I'm talking about humans. I'm talking about humans that got vaginas and penises, and there might be another human with a penis that likes your penis, dog. You can do this thing where you want to tiptoe. Like I want to keep it to
Roger,
this.
I don't understand what that has to do with the topic.
Let's move
Anthony,
on.
tell him again that's off topic. Tell him again, Anthony, that he's not on the topic.
I am on the topic. Talking about friendships and attraction, right?
Anthony, is he on the topic?
Are we talking about friendship and attraction, Anthony? We talking about.
I think that with all of these, you guys are there's the assumption that you guys are saying that your partner wouldn't know the intentions of the other person.
I led with that.
That's all I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying why wouldn't it? I feel like if you're friends with somebody, you should make sure, or you would know, does this person have ulterior motives? Let me make sure that that's not something that they want, because I want to just be friends.
I led with
that.
that.
So what you guys are both now saying is that I think
How can we ever be sure of that, though?
But how can you ever be sure of anyone?
How can we ever be sure of that?
That's my point. You can't be sure of anyone.
Exactly.
So man or woman, that's my point. You lean on Anthony. My point is you keep saying men and women specifically.
Roger, your point is 100% correct. Can we move on to a different point? Because I don't understand why we were talking about that point.
You're not making sense right now then.
Roger, I conceded that your point is correct. I've done that 30 minutes ago. I've done it 40 minutes ago. I'm doing it again now.
You
Roger,
kept
you are
arguing
correct
no, but you said
that we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know what we don't know. I agree, Roger.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. But you said my point that has nothing to do with your argument. That's what you said.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Why doesn't it? That's what I'm trying to figure out before we close the show
Because
out.
I'm talking about people who have confirmed that they like the opposite sex, trying to be with the friends of the opposite sex. I'm not talking about people who are in the closet.
And I hear that, but why limit it to that?
Because that's not what I'm talking about, Roger. That's not what the discussion was about. Roger, we can open up the discussion. Why don't fucking trees love frogs? I don't understand. We can talk about anything.
It's the opposite.
Nigga, why
it's not the opposite though.
Don't love the bird. I don't know, Roger. We can talk about everything under the sun, but I'm talking specifically about the case of confirmed, you know, saying women and men who have confirmed they like the opposite gender.
But it wasn't until we brought homosexuality into it that you said. But you said confirmed. You brought that into it.
Roger, it was implied. I didn't know.
Why does it gotta be implied though?
It was implied.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant, Mr. Jefferson, to imply that.
Well, I guess I'm ignorant.
Okay.
I'm an Ian.
Okay, so in summary, we can all agree.
I get it. I like just speaking about human beings and human beings. So humans might like other humans. There we go.
That's what I'm saying.
But for Joe, we can't.
What both of you have now implied is that your partner may not have enough understanding of other people to know that the other person might be attracted to them and know not to back away in that case?
I wasn't implying that. I led off by saying that your partner should know, or if they did know, they would limit their contact with that person. We all do that. That's what I led with.
Out of deference to your partner, you should definitely compartmentalize your relationships with people who they don't like. But what I'm also saying to you is society, as you said we are all slave to, has put a stigma between men and women hanging out individually as friends in certain social situations that they don't put on male-male or female-female friendships. And that's all I always said. I can call this person my friend. I'm just saying to you the dynamics of that friendship are not universal. That's all.
But you asked us individually how we feel about it.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I don't know.
Not as a society. You asked us individually.
Roger just want to, but I'm using Ada's words. Ada said that society puts certain constraints on men about how they talk to each other.
She said society has trained
society
you.
Has done this. Roger, I don't know. You want to argue?
She said society has trained you, nigga.
Roger, should they have gone for it on 4th and 1? Roger, I don't know what you want to argue about, man.
I don't know. You right. You're right, Joe.
You want to argue about something? I don't know what you want to argue about. I've conceded.
You're right. You're wounded. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Anyway, I still believe what I believe. I feel you.
As you should. You my nigga, 100 grand. Believe what you believe. That's what that builds the dynamic of the show. I love it. Hey, I love it. Good discussion.
Delaney coming through with the spicy.
But
about the spicy to the show.
Hey, I love it. Thank you, everybody. Full house. Even James chimed in. Newlywed didn't want to get too deep into it. Appreciate it.
Did not want to wade into that water. Did not want to wade into that water.
Stay on.
Hey, in the chat group, he was a bull.
Hey, stop.
Out here in discussion.
Stop. I hear that. I hear it acting like Kobe Bryant. Shaq did it too. But anyway. But no, man. Hey, thank you, Delaney. Thanks for coming on. Hope we wasn't too obnoxious.
Thank you, Delaney.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And
it was fun.
You are welcome back anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully, we can be friends. You and Lady Lavender can be friends.
Of course.
Why you have to add that part to it? Why you just say you and her can be friends and let Ada decide if she want to be friends on her own?
I said hopefully we can. Hopefully they can. I don't know.
Why you had to add that up? I figured you had to hit that little disclaimer in there.
Hopefully,
because he respects.
Hopefully, hold on.
I know you got to go to sleep tonight. So
Hopefully,
we get all that.
Hopefully, you and Tim Meters can be friends.
That's all I do.
Okay. Hopefully, you and James can be friends. I don't know what we're doing.
That's my brother. I know that nigga for 41 years.
I don't know what we're doing. I'm talking about talking about them and Delaney. Anyway, it's not about you, Joe. Calm down. You lost. White flag.
It's about you. It's about you and Delaney and Ada and Delaney. I feel you. Okay, that's what it's about.
We got two. Delaney, we got 2 couches. You can come sit on one of them. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, man. Hey, as I said earlier, man, UAW out there still striking. Make sure y'all keep up with that. Watch out for that. Fuck the occupant. Rest in peace.
There's another strike going on.
Oh yeah, Mack Truck.
Oh, I don't know about that. I said the teachers union in Chicago is on strike.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't hear about that.
They strike like every 2 years, don't they?
Every 2 years or so, yeah.
Real. Damn.
But they ain't getting their wages. I got a former lifeguard I used to work with that's out there on the picket line right now. So
I swear they were just struck like 2-3 years ago, man.
Yeah, they're back at it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Okay. But anybody out there striking, check in on them. Make sure they're all right. Rest in power, Elijah Cummings. Thank you for everything you think you did for this country, for us, for just everybody, all the humans. Great man. Fuck for Worth Police. I'm on that still. And that's all I got to say on that. I think we all discussed what we need to discuss. Anything anybody need to add before we close out?
I think we should just close out with, let's all just be friends. Can we all just be friends?
Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends?
Well played. Well played, 10 meters. Well played.
You need to play that on the outro. Oh, no, it's probably some kind of copyright violation.
No, ain't gonna do that.
Never mind. Fucking shut down.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hey, why is it like 10 minutes of the show just silent?
Silent, man.
Yeah, they will come and get your ass.
They that part of the show.
Hey, man, but hey, appreciate everybody. Thank you for your time. Thank you for chiming in. Brothers Breaking Bread podcast. Never ever miss a minute to break bread with your brothers and your sisters. Lady Lavender, Delaney, 10 meters, the Brothers of Doom, myself. I'm the KC Store. Thank you for your time. Triple B podcast. We out.
Out.
Peace.
Out.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.